Got another highly requested video today. Had quite a few people over the last, I don't know, year or so with all my videos where I've shown my screen on my TX16S, where do I get my images from? And the best place I've found to get images like this is from Skyraccoon. It's a website. One thing to note, be very careful that you spell it right. It's with 2 C's and 2 O's. I'll put the link in the description below. If you spell that wrong, apparently there's a malicious website that's close to the spelling that is going to cause problems with your computer. So be careful of that. You go to this website and you can find images for practically any plane. Any plane I've ever tried to find, it was in here. So for example, here's some newer ones. Here's the new Super Timber. Let's click on that. And they do have an images folder here that's full of a bunch of nice images. These are JPEGs. I don't like using JPEGs for my radio. What I like is this one, actually. It's a PNG file and it's got a visible background. So when you put that on your screen, you end up seeing something like this, where I'm using the Greenfields theme on my radio. You can just see the airplane. It looks like it's flying over the fields. So it's really cool. But to get that, you just right click on this floating image over here, click Save Image As, and then find a location for it. I've just got my my radio plugged in, so we'll connect your radio to your computer. Just plug in the USB cable to the top port, and then select storage, and then you'll get your folders here for the SD card. Go to the images folder, and then just paste that or save that into that drive. And that's all you got to do. Now, if you want to put it on your computer first, you can do that and then move it over to your SD card. Here's my images folder on my radio that's already plugged in. But if you'll look, let me show you some examples here. So, for example, here's a JPEG of the Aeroscout, and it's got the white background, so you can see how that wouldn't look nearly as good on my background of my radio. But if I use this PNG file, there's no background, so you just see the airplane floating there. Here's another example of the Bigfoot with the background. Nice looking picture, but I would much rather have this one with no background, so it just looks like the airplane is flying across the field. So I try not to put a whole lot of pictures on my SD card. I only put the ones up there that I need. Now, one thing to note, some of these pictures get a little larger than the recommended file size. So one thing you'll notice with that is when you're changing models, it's going to, it might go a little slower when you're changing models because it's loading that image file. But as long as you don't have a ton of them on there, it shouldn't be too bad. Only a few extra seconds. I can take that and then have cool pictures on my radio. It's as simple as that. Do that, and then once you load up your radio, select that file, and it'll work. Now, keep in mind the file name can only be 9 characters plus the extension. So if you go longer than that, the radio will not see it. Be sure to keep the file size short enough and use that PNG file type. That's how I do it. Hope that helps you. Enjoy your new images.